but computer crashed. If it crashes again, bear in mind, this is after I've already installed some new hardware to it. If it crashes again, unfortunately, I'm gonna not go live again. I hope that it doesn't crash again, but in the event that it does, just FYI, we're not gonna go live again until I figure out what's going on with it on my PC, which will require additional time for it. So right now what we're going to do is just replace an HDMI port on this PlayStation 5. I've yet to do that, so we're going to go ahead and get that done now. That way my employee can put this back together, and then we'll work on the next repair. So I hope it does not shut down. Yes. Yeah. Oh. How much do you want for it?
It looks cool.
It looks cool, yeah. It's missing the avatar. Is it battery operated? No, it's not.
Oh, like, it looks nice.
Yeah, I like it. How much you want for it, if I'm asked?
What you offer?
Let me see what they go for real quick, okay?
Yeah. At first when you said Avatar, I thought of the other one, the blue one.
Oh.
So I was like, what's the other one? The other one, Avatar, ¿no?
Huh?
The blue one?
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Those are cool.
I went to go buy storage. It's good. I used to buy storages. And I used to get games like this and bikes and everything. The last storage I bought, I think I paid $150. But it came with clothes and it came with a folder.
Oh, nice.
Big old folder.
Folder of what?
No, folder.
Four-wheeler.
Oh, a four-wheeler.
Yeah. Big old folder. Came with clothes, folder. Some of them, I guess skis for skiing. Yeah.
Those are crazy too.
Oh, I got some dominoes that are wood though. They're not like regular. These are made out of wood in a box still.
That's your bad.
And I got some antique records, 1940s records. They come in like a picture album.
Yeah.
But there's like 10 of them in each album. It goes from 1940s to 1950s.
A shop that sells.
So it looks like this was probably a Walmart exclusive, but they don't sell for very much. This one sold the 23rd of June or July. I don't remember what date it showed on there. It doesn't show the date. The 23rd of July. It sold for $14.99. So I could probably offer you half of that. So let's say, what, $7 for it. But yeah, that's what they're selling for, $14.99. Based off of that. No, that's where it's gonna go. It's gonna go on that shelf. So long as my kid doesn't grab it.
Your son
Pikachu.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wrote one and they like it.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna go back there and start working. Super Tech, this is Leo. How can I help you? Xbox One original or which one? Series S, we charge $130. Yes. No, thank you as well. Yeah, have a good day. What's all the Super Tech? Oh, my wife grabbed it. Sorry about that, y'all. Trying to do two things at a time. My wife is with the customer, and I didn't think she was going to answer that phone call. But nevertheless, I'm just going to do a quick HDMI replacement on this real quick. And then we'll continue with the next part. I think the next there, it is a SNES. The charging port, or the port where the power cable goes in, unfortunately got broken, so we need to replace that as well. Alright, ports out. Port is out. We got some messages here. We got Brooke and Blade, appreciate you hitting the follow button. Thank you very much. Got Jonathan Lucas, great job, you're helping a lot of people. Don't give up in Brazil. No, we will never give up. Appreciate you hitting the follow, Jonathan. And sorry about earlier. Unfortunately, it's one of those things where we got a new PC build with the hopes of increasing our CPU or processing unit, but it ended up, hey Noel, appreciate you joining the live. Sorry about earlier, but it froze. I'm hoping it doesn't do that again. If it does, we won't be able to go live until I figure out what's going on with the PC. But the goal to me upgrading my PC is to increase my processing power, but it seems that there may be something else related to my PC causing it to bog down, where it's running my CPU high. And I've done everything else. The only thing I've yet to do is to do a complete factory reset, which I don't want to do that because then I have to reinstall every single application and data on my computer, and I'd hate to lose everything. So, but I'm gonna end up having to do that in the future if it continues to show me high CPU usage. Rosales Super Tech, this is Leo. How can I help you? Xbox One. Did you just call just a few minutes ago? Was the Xbox Series S? No, it's okay. I will go. For an Xbox Series S, yes, it's $130. Alright, thank you, sir. You're welcome. Yeah, it was the same. It's a kid. I think he's shopping around. Alright, we're going to go ahead and hold it down, move our hot air, and that should be good there. And we're going to let this solidify. Solidify, it's a word that's normally used to waiting for the solder to harden. And usually my solder legs here turn into this smoke color, which they did. And now we're going to validate our work real quick to make sure that it did in fact solder the actual pins to the board. Which these at the very end did. However, a lot of them are still gold tinted, and I don't like the gold. At least not on the solder legs. Gold is different, but the gold tinted on the actual pins themselves is not good. So we're going to add some solder to this. Your mic is extremely low. Okay, let me. No, that's not the volume for the mic. No, it's because I added a filter. I added a filter for noise suppression because. Okay, how is that? Is that still low? I don't know if that is still low or not. Suppressor. Okay, is that any better? As a matter of fact, let me check my I guess the sound on my phone. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3 1 2 3 test. Test 1 2 3 1 2 3 test. I think it sounds better now. It sounds super slow. Okay, let me miss. No, I think it's probably the gate. Maybe, I don't know. Sounds like a whisper? I'm trying to whisper in your ear. I'm just joking. Oh man. Huh? I guess it sounds like a whisper. I'm not too sure. Yeah, but you're the console whisperer. I am the console whisperer. That is true. Oh man. Test 1 2 3. I don't know what to do. You think you'll be him? Let me see here. Okay, so I can increase my volume. Okay, that should be loud enough right there. I didn't think I could increase and lower it from here, to be honest.
As soon as you have your mic connected to something, like
it's a placement of the mic is right here. The mic itself is right here.
What does it look like in the thing?
I'm about to check right now to see what it's like.
Dude, it's almost hitting red.
The mic itself is right here. Yeah, that's way too high now.
Way too high.
Yeah, let me lower it down just a little bit here. All right, I just lowered it down just a tad bit so that it's not crackling.
What saying is that?
It's fine? Are you sure? Okay.
It's fine? Dude, that's too loud.
Well, I guess they can lower it down on their phone, so it'll sound better on their end. Alrighty, I'm going to continue here with this. Appreciate you guys telling me because I've changed my hardware, my computer, and I've changed the hardware on my computer, and I've had to reset everything up, honestly, since I did it yesterday. That's why I didn't go live yesterday, because my computer was still completely taken apart. I installed my new motherboard, which is it's not the newest, but it's second to newest, I guess you could say, on the Intel side. It's a mag, or MSI mag 790. Yeah, we installed that with the CPU being the Intel 14900K. It's got a total of 16 cores. So I installed that. It's supposed to be better. What I had before was just plain old 4 cores with the prior setup. I went cheap at first. I didn't go expensive. I just needed something where I can you know, be able to write my tickets and close tickets and open tickets and such, and just monitor that. And then I started using it for stream purposes. I was going to start utilizing the PC I have at home for that. However, I was like, what if I choose to start streaming from home and doing some gaming videos, you know, at night? Do the nightcap of video games. During the day we do repairs, at night we do video games. But when I get home, though, I'm exhausted and tired after working 2 jobs and then the shop, and that never came into fruition, to be honest. I went ahead and just put my cap down right now for gaming. Although I play in the mornings every now and then, you know, because I wake up roughly around 4:30, so play a little bit, eat breakfast afterwards, and then either go into work or come into the shop if it's on the weekends, that is. Alright, so this HDMI port is done. My employee will put this one back together once he's done with the one he's working on. PlayStation 5 this is all the stuff for it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so that one's done. So now we're gonna work on our SNES that we need to actually. Let's see if we can figure this out real quick. It's an Xbox Series S. This Xbox Series S came in yesterday, and he is actually viewing us right now on Twitch. And this is his pride and joy, I believe. I think that is what his mom said. He's got all his information in here. So he wants us to go ahead and get this repaired for him. And we're going to go ahead and do just that. Hopefully it's not anything that we could not repair. It is a beep on, beep off. It is a beep on, beep off scenario for this one. Alright. I'm waiting for my hot air to change temperatures. And let's see if we can figure out what's going on with this. I think I was told that with this one, what happened was they came in one day and it no longer wanted to turn on anymore. It would just beep, and that's it. We're going to check voltage rails as well as check the power supply and see what is wrong with this Xbox Series S. I don't see any signs of liquid damage, because usually sometimes that can cause issues, but in this scenario that's not the case. I guess I can get a drink of Coke here. Earlier this morning my wife went over there and
Speaking of, I forgot. Did she mention about the schedule thing?
no, just let her know. She'll update the schedule back there. And
Yeah, no.
I had told her about you potentially coming in at 2:30 or something.
So that's changing. It's the online remember? So it's different time.
Uh-huh.
They're all gonna be on Friday.
What's on Friday? Oh, all your classes?
Yeah.
Your online classes?
Yeah. They're gonna be on Friday around like 4 to 9.
4 in the afternoon?
Yeah. To 9. So I don't know how that's
I don't know either, because Friday is usually our busiest day.
Yeah. It was either Saturday or Friday. So I didn't know. I thought Saturday would be.
So they don't have daytime online?
So the one that when I checked, all they had was Thursday. tried getting ready, but they only have 7 to 9 and 4 to 16.
I don't know if that's gonna work, to be honest, man. Because Saturday is actually one of our biggest days, and that's one of the days I need someone here.
I'm coming on Saturday. It's Friday.
That's what I'm talking about. Fridays, usually weekends, like Friday, Saturday, and Sundays are our busiest days.
And it was only Friday, Saturday.
Yeah. I'm gonna take that off. Take the power button off. And our Wi-Fi. Okay, I don't see any liquid damage in this one, but I am seeing a bit of dirt here. That's it. That's all I'm seeing so far. Just dirt. Nothing that's giving any sort of evidence to what potentially could be the issue. Alrighty. These screws here hold down the actual motherboard, so I got to remove these screws so that I can remove the motherboard out of the chassis. And I think I need to change my battery on this drill. Okay. We're gonna have to give it a good visual inspection. Let's remove this here. And we are down to the motherboard. All right, set that aside and let's remove the heatsink from there. All right, let's clean this dust off the motherboard. Oh, sorry about that, y'all. I'm over here doing work. Somehow it changed. How did it change on its own? I think I already disabled the voice portion, so how is this changing? Okay. Are we still live? Just want to make sure we're still live. So are we still live, y'all? Yep, still live. Okay, cool. Saw the chat being a bit dead, and I was like, I'm not sure if we're still live. My thing froze earlier, so. All right, so again, as I was mentioning earlier, this is a beep on, beep off, and I'm gonna show you here real quick. Put the power button here real quick. Power supply. I understand we don't have a heatsink, and that's fine. We're just gonna show you real quick. This is a beep on, beep off scenario. It's actually staying on.
Turn off.
Well, it's gonna turn off because it doesn't have a heatsink. But this one now, oh, there it is. It's doing what it's doing before. It would just beep on, beep off like that. That's what it was doing before. And the AP right now, it's not hot. But that first one, it stayed on for a little bit. All right, so first things first, what we're gonna do, it's a visual inspection real quick. So let's do a visual inspection on this motherboard. Is the chip hot? No, the chip's not hot. We're gonna do a visual inspection, and then I'll put it on the camera. What is that? I think we may have found our issue here. So it may have had some sort of liquid damage. Yeah, we found our problem, y'all. Something did spill in here, and whatever component we had here is gone. I believe it should have been a capacitor or something, maybe. Or maybe that was just causing some sort of a short there. I think that was probably causing some sort of a short here, because these two lines were corroded. These two lines were actually touching each other, and there was corrosion between both of these lines. So maybe that was causing some sort of a short circuit. Let me just check to make sure there's nothing else, especially around this area, one of the PMICs. I'm actually unsure if there was supposed to be some sort of component here. There's solder there. I don't know if there's supposed to be a component there. I'm gonna have to go get a board to reference. Yo, thank you very much for joining the team. We got Function joining the team. SSD? Yeah, this has an SSD. The SSD is at the bottom. SSD is right over here. It's still on. We didn't take the SSD off. But we did. This one did have some sort of a, I believe, well, it had corrosion, most definitely. Now, I don't know if there's supposed to be a capacitor here or some sort of component there. There was corrosion down in these 4 pads here, potentially causing some sort of corrosion. But let's go ahead and peruse the rest of this board real quick, just to make sure there's no any hidden surprises of any sorts. I don't see nothing there. Sometimes just doing a quick overview of the board can help you potentially find the problem like we just did. I don't see anything here. What I'm looking for, it's corrosion, discoloration of any sorts. Anything that looks you know, darker than normal, if there's any cracks or anything like that, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. I don't see anything as of yet. Sorry if you feel that I'm going too fast. I'm just going through each components. Just a brief overview. Not seeing anything though. Anything else that is, besides whatever was going on here. But that's been resolved. All I see is like dirt and whatnot in that area. All right, let's turn it around the other way. And let's check these components here as well. We got a function. Oh man, appreciate you hitting that follow button.
Yeah, that noise is what?
Huh?
What was that noise from?
Hello, mother.
Yeah, no, I know the song, but how did it do it up like that? Was it a follow or like?
I think it's a follow on Twitch. A follow on Twitch, that's what it does. I think that's what I put on there. That's when I was testing originally. Yeah, no. The SSD is on here, Dave's. Beep on, beep off. Usually, it can be an SSD issue as well. However, I like to look at the motherboard before I assume that it's potentially the SSD. Because 9 times out of 10, there's actually something on the motherboard causing the beep on, beep off. It's not always an SSD. So in this scenario, oh, we got Z-Dab. Hit the follow button over on Twitch as well. Welcome to the Purple app. I'm not seeing anything else though, so let me go ahead and grab a donor board real quick. I want to see if there was some sort of component that went in that area right there, because I don't know if we have if a capacitor went there or not, but we did have some sort of corrosion. Something did spill here. You see this area here? This area is darker than the rest of this area, so something did spill in this area here. What spilled, I don't know, but something must have fallen in here that caused some sort of corrosion down in this area. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a donor board real quick, and I'm gonna validate this area to see if we had some sort of component there. Be right back. Alright, so I do have a board. I don't think it's the same revision. It's not the same revision, so I don't know if it's going to have the same layout. But we're going to validate real quick. I don't think it is the same layout. It's not the same layout. Definitely different. Yeah, definitely different. And this one doesn't have a label, so I don't know. Oh man. All right, let me see if I can go find another one real quick. Okay, I think I found one. Okay, same format, same layout, I believe the same revision. Yep, it is. So there was nothing in this area. I think it was just the liquid that was touching, probably causing the short circuit. I don't know if it shorted something out on the motherboard potentially. Make sure there's nothing else there. There's nothing. All right, let me go ahead and try it real quick. I've cleared the corrosion. Sometimes just cleaning the corrosion itself could potentially resolve the issue. Maybe that's all it needed. So it'll stay on for a little bit. I know that it won't do the beep on, beep off. It should stay on for a little bit. I don't have the heat sink or anything like that. It will shut down eventually. That'll get hot. But I just want to see if it'll even attempt to turn on, or if it still do the just beep on, beep off. It is trying to stay on now. I'm not sure if you're able to see the light. So it is trying to stay on. I think it was just that liquid damage that was in that area, that corrosion. It was putting those two pads together, and it didn't like that, which was causing some sort of corrosion. Let's clean the thermal paste off of this. We're gonna clean the thermal paste. We're gonna put it together enough to be able to test and see if it'll turn on fully. So this wasn't really much of a repair besides just a cleaning on the motherboard and knowing what you're looking for, if that makes sense. It didn't require any parts. Alright, let's go ahead and apply some new thermal paste. I don't want to still try to fix Thunder with the right amount of thermal paste, but hey, we put the right amount of thermal paste, okay? Sorry about that, y'all. I missed some of the messages here. I think Rodrigo Valle said, is it okay if I touch myself? What the? And I'm reading that stuff out loud. This dude.
What?
This dude, man.
Crazy.
I'm telling you, man.
You guys are crazy people, man.
I'm over here reading it out loud. Thought he was gonna say something innocent. Man, I got kids watching, man. That is not okay. Oh man. All right, let me shop vac this area because we got some dust in there as well as this heat sink.
Too late. That's good.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and put this together enough to be able to just test real quick. I'm thinking it was just that was causing the beep on, beep off, because once two pads are touching themselves, oh, that's probably why he said that, because we were talking about touching, and those pads were basic. Yeah, but I kind of put that idea in his head because of what I was saying, although I wasn't meaning in that way. those pads were bridged. Let's just put it that way, okay? 2 pads were bridged that were not supposed to be bridged, causing a short. They were bridged due to corrosion. Some sort of liquid fell in here. It may have been a single small dot, but just the little tiniest bit of liquid could potentially cause corrosion, causing some sort of a short circuit on the board, and it's just a matter of cleaning it up, removing that bridge. I'm just putting the screws to these boards so that they don't fall off. Let me grab a fan. Okay, yes, corrosion can definitely cause a short circuit on the board. It's creating a line between positive and negative. If it's somehow bridging together. So yes, the answer to that question is yes, it can. Alrighty, let's go ahead and test it out, and this will be a test, testimony of that, because that's all it had. This had corrosion in a singular area here in the back, which I went ahead and just cleaned it off. And let's see right now if it'll power on. We put this together just enough. Let me turn my TV on real quick, and you guys should also be able to see whether if it does display or not. Huh? So it doesn't have to be necessarily like...
Yeah, no, but I was taking off the big parts.
Yeah.
Big chunks.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're taking your time, because that's attention to detail. All right, let's see if this is gonna work, y'all. What do y'all think? Y'all think it's gonna work? All right, so before I change my scene, let's see if this stays on. That is the power button. It's staying on at the moment. Fan spinning, which is good. And there it is. Xbox Series X is turning on. It was just corrosion, literally shorting out the motherboard, which was causing to have a beep on, beep off. We just had to go ahead and go in there and clean it out. And we captured that right away, to be honest. I didn't think we were gonna be able to repair this fast. I thought we were gonna take a lot longer than that, to be honest. But we got it going. And there it is. Mr. EP, if you're still on here, we've got you going, sir. We got you going, Noel. Hopefully this helps you out in the sense that you wanted your Xbox Series S to be repaired. And no worries, we will definitely give you a discount because of how fast I was able, although I never really do that, but because of how fast I was able to get this repaired for you. So we'll get you taken care of, bud. Otherwise, this is a donezo. Yep, this is a quick repair. It's a quick and easy repair. That's how I like them. I look like a young Thor, God of War, but better looking. A young Thor with the belly. probably the second movie to last where he gained weight. I look like that Thor.
or you might be talking about the actual Thor, the Thor from the one from Level 1.
He fell asleep. Okay, awesome. Yeah, well, it's gonna be on my YouTube channel either way. So, in case you didn't record it fully, it'll be on the YouTube channel. Just bleep out all the stuff from the chat, because some of that stuff is just a little bit inappropriate, and some people don't realize this. You know, sometimes kids watching. Alrighty, we're putting this back together. I also tell him that I don't mind that he fell asleep. I understand my content puts people to sleep. I don't blame him. I'd be taking a nap myself. Huh? It doesn't go away really. It doesn't really go away. If you soak it, maybe, but you have to soak it for like almost 48 hours, maybe, to overtake the smell of it. But otherwise, it really doesn't go away. I've tried that in the past, but that also causes what is it called? Mojo? In English, what is it called? Rust. It causes, well, keep in mind, that's even worse because that has water in it. So that's even worse. So that'll definitely cause it to rust as well. Oh, it's not that. Oh, I didn't know that. He had his chemo fusion. Chemo fusion. I don't know how to react to that. Hopefully he does. Well, not hopefully. He will get better. He will get better, and he'll get through it. Hopefully with support. Your mom dropped her beer on your PC motherboard. Now it's full of corrosion. Best option for your scenario, bud, on the motherboard that's fully corroded, it's unplug it, remove it completely, entirely from any sort of source of power, electricity that is. Put it into a ultrasonic cleaner, and run it through the ultrasonic cleaner a few times, and then after that, see if the corrosion ate through any of the components, and or if they need to be soldered back on, or retinned with solder. If any of the pins or the traces themselves actually were eaten by corrosion, unfortunately that's going to be a goner, unless you know how to do trace repair. Because corrosion eats through copper. You're welcome. All right, so this one's done. Let's go ahead and do a final test real quick. And I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a bad, literally a bad content creator, y'all. I put this entire thing back together with me being in the wrong screen. I'm telling you, I'm a bad content creator. However, I put this console back together, back to its normal state. We're gonna test one more time to make sure it's still functional, of course. Huh? Well, I did. I put it back together. However, it's one of those things where I should know to change my scene to the scene it needs to be in. I completely forgot to put the right scene. You barely know how to wipe? Yeah, I don't know how to help you there, bud. You can send it in for repair. Go to our website, create a ticket. If you're not local, that is. Create a website, create a ticket, send it in for repair, and we can see if it's something we can help you with. If it's non-repairable, the max you'll spend is $50, which is a diagnostic / repair attempt fee. But if it's repairable, we would charge you what we normally charge on a motherboard repair, which is $250. Which sometimes can be cheaper to buying a replacement motherboard as well. But nevertheless, there you go. This one's taken care of, y'all. We did the final testing on this, and we'll go ahead and grab the next device and get it taken care of. All right, so the next device, it is an OG SNES. OG SNES. This one, what's wrong with it is let me zoom in here real quick. Right there. That is the port where the power cable plugs into. That is broken. That is not how it's supposed to look at all. And also right in here, there's something stuck in there, and this is one of the AV cables, or AV ports, where you get the, I believe it's the red there. Yeah, one of the ports that goes there. Something's stuck inside of it, so we got to be able to take that out. And then here, again, it's broken. The way it's supposed to look like, let me show you here real quick. That is supposed to look like that. And you compare this to that, you can see that is a huge difference. It's just broken in there. So that's what we gotta do. We gotta go ahead and remove this piece. We're gonna put this on, and then figure out what we're gonna do with this. As a matter of fact, let's see if we can figure that out real quick. And do that under the microscope. Let's see if we can fish it out. Can we fish it out? I don't know. We're gonna try. Yeah, that is the tip. The tippity top of one of the connectors. That's gonna be difficult to get out. Yeah, this was gonna be hard to get out. I think I'm just gonna have to desolder this, to be honest, and put a new one on there. I'm gonna have to desolder, basically remove this RF output and solder a new one. But I have to get one of these from potentially a donor board, because I don't necessarily have this port. I thought this port came with the attachment, but it does not. So I'm gonna have to get one out, because this is stuck in there. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, straight up stuck in there. Hold on, let me try something real quick. Can we use this tip that has a little bend to it? Stick it in here. And then fish this thing out. Nope. It just bends. It just bends. This was gonna be a hard one. This one's gonna be a hard one. All right, I'm just gonna have to desolder that, yo. It's okay. I'm just gonna have to desolder that one. Okay. So what we're going to do here, just take this thing apart. Take it apart. You need help putting that back together?
No, I got it.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and take this one apart. Man, this thing is tight. These screws, they tighten them way too much. This is brittle too. Brittle plastic or brittle case for someone to tighten it up that much. It's not good. Come out, come out. That screw does not want to come out. It's like that screw is kind of stripped or something. It's not grabbing the hold pretty well. Yes.
I have 2 loose teeth.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Don't. You're gonna go into. You're gonna start out the school with 2 missing teeth.
Yeah.
You want to start out the school that way?
No.
With no teeth?
With no teeth.
Exactly.
Those are like mostly at the front.
Yeah. You about to start school without teeth.
With this 2.
That is not good.
I brush my teeth so that I can like heal up the wound.
Yes, you need to brush your teeth every single day. You need to brush your teeth.
I'm gonna brush my teeth every single day so that the wound can heal back and it can be big. Because they only
This one does not want to come out though. Let me see. I think whatever. Maybe hold something's hold. Yeah, that's actually loose already. Whoa, this thing is plain corroded over here, y'all. This got rust down in that area. It had some sort of a spill. That's not supposed to look anything like that. And I don't have any sort of vinegar. I don't have any sort. Yeah, vinegar gets rid of rust. I think the people are here for that one.
This one?
Mm-hmm. Just letting you know that they're. I think I saw the mom walk in. He's almost done with it. He's put. You need me to put it together?
I think I'm ready.
Okay. Oh. Again, bad content creator, yo. Got to zoom back out. So it looks like the blunt of the rust or corrosion is in this area. I see a little bit here on these pins, so if it's not reading, it's probably, or if it doesn't read games, it's probably gonna be because of that. We'll clean that area real quick before we put this together, or before I forget, to be honest. Okay, that's that. Let's go ahead and get this board out. No, I forgot. This thing is not gonna come out until I remove the screw. Which, that's the reason why this thing wasn't coming out, y'all. Because this one right here is broken. Okay, we're gonna set this aside. Yo, thank you very much. Thank you for hitting that follow button over on Twitch. Over on the Purple app. Huh?
Yeah, I do this one.
No. Alrighty. Alrighty. So I've removed almost everything. We got one more. Almost all the screws. Alright, we got the shields off. And what I'm needing to take off now is this piece here to replace it with this. Now before I do replace it with this, however, I'm going to look into this RF output here, which is this one here. This RF output also needs to be replaced unless I'm able to remove what's inside of it somehow. But first, let me go ahead and remove the solder off of these two pins here. Once I remove that solder from there, I should be able to somehow remove this piece. And the way I do that, which is it's not that difficult, it's actually pretty easy and simple to do that. Right over here, and let's go to the scope view. These are the two pins here that I need to remove. I'm gonna add some low melt, so we're gonna add some flux to this. We're gonna add some flux. Let's turn on fume extractor because we don't want to inhale any of these fumes. And then we're gonna get a low melt solder stick here real quick with our hot iron. We're gonna fuse it. Let's fuse this solder here. And then we're just gonna add some low melt. And you can see that's already moving. We're gonna do the same thing here. Add some low melt. Why do I do that, you ask? It lowers the melting temperature off of this, and if I just try to remove that solder without adding some low melt, it's going to take almost 2-3 times maybe the amount of heat to get it removed. Now I need my wick here. This is where wick comes into play. You use the wick to suck up all this solder off of this board. Okay. Just cut this piece off. Where's my scissors at? There they are. Let's get some more wick and then remove the rest of it. And that came out fairly easy actually. Except my wick, for whatever reason, it's twisted or bent. And weights is not allowing me to utilize the best of it. And there it is. There it is. Okay, cool. Alright, and now we should be able to just take this out. This right here should just be able to come out. So this piece here, it just goes in between these metal shields there. I should be able to just lift this up. It's no longer soldered on anymore, so this just lifts up now. And get that out the way. And now this here, I'm able to just pull it out just like that. And now I need to figure out this thing before I put the new shield, the new one of these. I need to figure out exactly how am I gonna take, because I could just replace this, to be honest. I think that is the best option. Replacing. I have another SNES. I can go ahead and, yeah, I have another SNES. I can go ahead and remove this off of it. All it is these pins here. We could do the same process. These pins there, same process. So low melt solder. Remove the low melt solder with some wick, and da-da. We got 2 ports removed. And now for this one, I could use my solder sucker, but too lazy to use that. Let me get my fume extractor over here because I don't want to be inhaling the smell, or the fumes, not the smell, but the fumes. Solder, as you know, can cause some sort of cancer, so the more you avoid from inhaling these fumes, the safer you are, which is why we use a fume extractor. Okay. There we go, and then same thing here. Just remove the rest of the solder on this other end. And I'm pushing it down as we do this. And guess what? It just fell down. Oh, sorry y'all, I didn't change the scene, but the parts here, we added some low melt solder to the 4 pins, and we got the RF output out. So that's out. So those are 2 parts we needed to get removed. And now what I'm going to do is actually clean. Now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to clean this area because we added some low melt solder to that. We don't want any low melt solder on top of leaded solder. So we're going to just remove the low melt we used. There it is. Okay. Solder is gone. And let's remove the burnt flux. Where's my toothbrush? Time to brush my teeth, y'all. I'm just joking. I'm not gonna brush my teeth. This is to clean flux off of burnt flux off of the motherboard. And then we didn't clean this earlier either, so we need to clean this off as well. Okay. That is done. And let's go ahead and grab a donor board for this, because we're gonna have to take this piece here. So this piece here, we will have to take from this piece here. We will have to grab from a donor board. It's the RF connector. There's something stuck in there, and I cannot get it out. For the life of me, honestly, that right there is just, it's stuck in there, and the more I dig, I feel like it's just gonna end up breaking it anyways. Yeah, no, there's no point. It's too much of a struggle having to remove that, so I'm just gonna replace that, throw that away. Guess I'm going to trash, grab a donor SNES. Do you know if this was in the working pile or was this in the?
Still working.
That's working. I found one, but I can't even get to it. Oh, yeah. I definitely need to clean this area. The graveyard is a mess, y'all. The graveyard is a mess. My graveyard is where I keep all my donor boards. And myself with my employee, we need to organize this room. It's just we haven't had any sort of time to do so, to organize this back room at all. If anybody wants a temporary project for a few days, maybe a couple of weeks, to organize this room for me, hit me up. If you have the time to organize this room for me, that'd be awesome. I'd pay you. I'll pay you an hourly wage for a couple of weeks. You'd come in when we're here and you're just organizing, man. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. But otherwise, all right. RF button for this one, or the RF thing, it's good. So we're gonna go ahead and take it off of this console here. We're gonna take the RF off of this console. We bought this one, it's for parts, broken for parts. It's not working. And we're gonna use an OEM part. So let's go ahead and take it apart. I may end up using potentially the bottom shelf for this one for them as well, because theirs is also yellowed. However, I'm pretty sure this one doesn't have any broken studs. It may not have the same serial number though, but I don't think they'd mind. It's still original, except this one's just, it's not broken. I don't think they would mind if we use the bottom part for this one, because this one seems to be in somewhat better condition than the one they have. Let me turn off my fume extractor temporarily. Okay, all screws came out, except for that one. Okay, never mind, this one may also be broken. It's not broken, but it's not coming out. I don't get it. There it is. We keep these for parts, some of these for parts, because you never know when you're going to use them. And then rather than having to pay $15, $14 for a part on eBay or Amazon, we buy broken consoles. So it serves purpose for us. It's done?
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Huh?
I'm trying my best to get that one neat for
Yeah. Did you power it on? Make sure it turned on and everything? Power's on? It didn't shut down? Okay. Huh?
I stopped the testers right there.
Yeah, you do. Well, everything needs to be tested.
No, I was just asking because
Yeah, no, I didn't put that one together at all, so yes, it would need to be also tested. Is this different than the one they had? So this one, because it got corrosion on there, it's kind of stuck onto it. This one doesn't have any sort of corrosion. It looks to be in decent condition. So I'm thinking I'm going to use this one on the customers. There's no corrosion on this one at all. So I'm going to go ahead and swap that. The SNES?
Yeah.
It's a simple motherboard, honestly. They're not that difficult to work on. They're fairly easy. There's different variants though, different revisions. So they're not the same. So I can't use this bottom shell, by the way, because this one it's different than the one. But it's a different model than the one I'm working on.
You got any Samsung?
No.
No.
I think we had one that came the other day. They wanted to sell it to us. However, they wanted way too much for it. Yeah. Whenever they're asking retail price, I usually just turn them down.
How much did you want?
He wanted retail, whatever it was selling for retail. There's no money. It was just a console, but there's no money for us to make there. So if I can't make money, there's no point of me buying. We're in the business of buying, and I told him, hey, we buy them at 50% of market value. We got to be able to make some money off of it. But he was like, no, you can still sell it for more. I'm like, no, I cannot. I'm not gonna overprice something for a customer to buy when I need to sell it at what it sells for.
Oh, did you see that the Nintendo Switches, like the original ones, the light OLED and regular one?
What about them?
They raised the prices on them.
Oh yeah?
Nintendo raised the price of them. Yeah, so like I'm pretty sure. Should we raise the regular Switch now?
I wonder why they raised their prices on them though.
I don't know, but they also said it might be the Switch 2.
That's retarded if they do that. They're gonna end up losing a lot of customers.
I'm pretty sure currently the Switch 2 doesn't have much sales.
Switch 2 has a lot of sales. They sold out in a lot. Well, they've sold out in every store.
I mean, yeah, it's sold up, but apparently it doesn't have as much as it would. Like as expected, the projected sales.
Well, how can they sell more if they don't have any more in stock?
I don't know.
That's hilarious. I don't get it. How are they expected to sell more when they don't have any more to sell?
Yeah. It's only been like, what, a month since it came out to me?
And they're sold out everywhere. Literally. I know because I tried buying more.
You got two.
Those were a miracle, to be honest, that I was able to get those. Yeah, those were a miracle. I joined various groups, and those groups tell you when something's gonna.
Oh, being stock like Pokemon stuff.
It's when it's gonna be released.
Yeah.
So as soon as I got that notification, about two. Like it only took me about a minute, and I was able to buy two. And within probably a minute after that, or maybe seconds after that, they were completely sold out again. So I was like, yep, nope. I'm like, I don't like doing that. But the only reason why I did that is because I was on my computer already. So I was like, you know what? Might as well.
We would do that for Pokemon.
Oh yeah? Huh? Nah, you ain't never gonna catch me doing camping no more. Maybe
One time.
if there's a game I really want, but I won't do it because of the game though. I would do it because of the environment that you're in, around people that have the same passion as you for that specific game, and that's the reason why I used to do it back in the day. It wasn't because of the game itself, but it's more because I wanted to surround myself with people that did the same thing, or like the same thing. Not did the same thing, but like the same thing. That's why I used to do it, because of the community and stuff like that. So, but now there's too many toxic people out there. So it makes me not even want to do it anymore because of all the toxicity that's out there. Where's my I'm looking for my wick. Oh, there it is. I'm over here going crazy for it. And it's right there on the side. There's too much toxicity. People fighting, just because. To be honest, people.
They were coming out everywhere. I remember once they flew to Best Buy, the entire store was wrapped around with foil.
Yep. The last time I did that was when Halo 20th Anniversary Edition for the Xbox Series X was being released. No. So this is what happened. This is what happened with me. I went to the Best Buy here in Lake Worth, right? They never announced which Best Buy was going to have that 20th Anniversary Halo Edition. They never announced it. So I'm over here waiting in line. It was me and a whole bunch of other people were there in line at the Best Buy there in Lake Worth. And when they start showing up, employees start showing up, they were like, what are you guys waiting for? And we told them we're waiting for the Series X 20th Anniversary for Halo, because I'm a huge fan of Halo. And they were like, well, we're not going to have it. The store that's going to have it, it's the one in Arlington. And I was like, fuck, are you kidding me? And I had been there since the night before.
Damn.
I had been there since the night before. So then I went to the one in Arlington. By the time I got there, you got the entrance. So let's say this is the Best Buy, right?
Yeah.
Front entrance is right here.
Yeah.
There was a line from there all the way around to about here. And I was all the way over here. I got there roughly around 5 a.m. in the morning. I was there. This entire line was all the way over there. And I was like, you know what? I'm already here. I'm going to wait it out and see if maybe I get one. I didn't get one. They only got entrance again here. They only got to about here. They only had that many. For the rest of these people, nothing, including myself. I was livid, man. I was like, fuck. How can I get one? And I never got one from Best Buy. Never got one from Best Buy. Eventually, I ended up, whenever I opened up the shop from home, people were selling them, and I was able to get 2 or 3. And I kept one. I sold one, and then I brought one to the store, which sold not too long ago. Yeah, I have one at home. That one's mine, though. I'm not selling that one. I'm not selling that one at all. This solder does not want to come out, y'all. Okay, I think it's asking for more flux. Yeah, but that was the last time I did it, man. I haven't done it since. Nope.
I was like, if I have enough money, I would do it. At the same time, I don't seem like it would work.
Well, the items themselves aren't worth it. Well, what's worth it is the people you surround yourself in.
Yeah.
If they have the same passion as you, that's what's worth it. The items are just items; they're tangible. Eventually, you'll be able to you know, buy it online if they make them again. That is. 30th anniversary. What? Xbox? Oh.
It's only from UK though. You know they're making the controllers for collection.
Yeah. Well, this does not want to come off. Let's see, are these still soldered on? No, they're not soldered on. Oh, that one is. There we go. All right, we got the RF connector. Put the stoner board aside, and we're gonna put this on the customer's device. I just had to put the microscope aside for a little bit. That way I can put this right on here. There we go. Put that there. And we're going to add some flux to these pans with some regular leaded solder. Get a few extractor back. I'll just need one to grab a hold for now, and then I come back over here and solder the rest of the pads. I don't like the way that this is not centered, so let's see if we can get it moved. Just like that. Yeah, that screw hole right there wasn't centered. So we had to remove it a little bit. There we go. It is centered now. And now we can go ahead and solder the rest of these pins. There we go. That is donezo for that piece, that is. Now we're gonna go ahead and solder the other piece we need to put on. Dirty what? There's a box, babe. There's a box over here that has some clean ones. See if that box is still there and put the clean ones on this one. If it's not, we need to find a box. Unless my wife, there's a box over there. I don't know if those are it.
This is